Jai Hind students, welcome to my channel Linguasphere. In this video, we are going to learn about verbs. What are verbs? Now see children, you always get confused that how many types of verbs are there. But here in this video, you will learn types of verbs. Let's move on to all the types of verbs one by one. First, state verb or the stative verb. Next is action verb. We also call it dynamic verb. And state verb is called stative verb. Now see children, when I ask you what is the meaning of a verb, means what you understand by verbs. You all say that ma'am, all action words are called verbs. So it's okay, fine. But before this, let's learn that there are different types of verbs like state verb. If I say I have a big family, I have a large family or I have a big family. So here I'm just in this sentence, I'm giving you information about my family. Okay, I have, here means I own. Here I own a big family. But here no action is taking place. But if I say that I'm dancing, I'm singing, or Sita sings, okay. So in all these sentences, you see that the action is taking place. When I say he's working, action is taking place. If I say Sita likes chocolate ice cream. If I say Sita likes chocolate ice cream, here she likes. Here we are giving some information to you about Sita. Here Sita is not doing any action. Okay, she only likes chocolate ice cream. Next we have main verb. Main verb we have, then helping verb, auxiliary verbs, modals we have. So main verb, if I say he is working. So he is working, here he is a subject. Is a helping verb which tells us about the tense of a sentence. And working is a main verb. In the same way children, let's see what are modals. Modals generally expresses attitude or mood of the speaker. Like if I say, I can dance. This shows ability. You should not litter papers in the classroom. Here I am advising you, okay, that you should not do it. So that's why we use can, could, should, shall, must. We use these models in a sentence. Let's move on to transitive and intransitive verbs. Now what are transitive and intransitive verbs? Let's move ahead and find out. But before this children, let's see regular and irregular verbs also. You all must have learned what are regular and irregular verbs. Regular verbs means like, for example, if I say walk. So what would be the past tense of walk? Walked. So what we have done, we have used ed. Okay, that is regular verb. Now in irregular verb, sometimes what happens that all the three forms are different. In some verbs, two forms are same, one is different. In some verbs, all three forms are different. Now let's take an example. Drive, drove, driven. So all three forms are different, irregular verb. Okay, now where two forms are same like come, came, come. And in some verbs, all three are same like cut, cut, cut. We have all three forms are same. So these are irregular verbs. So here, regular and irregular verbs, they also take 5 forms of the verbs. The base form, let's take an example of cook. The base form is called infinitive. We use to with the verb, then it becomes infinitive. That is the base form of the verb. Now present tense, in present tense we use cook or cooks. Okay, like I cook, she cooks, he cooks. Past, in past tense we use ed after the verb. Same in the past participle we use ed, and ing form we use ing after the verb cook. In irregular verb, you can see here, let's see an example of this verb go. To go, infinitive. Go, I go, he goes, she goes. Now here past tense, went. Past of go is went. So it's different from goes. Now here, past participle, we have gone. So all three forms are different. Go, went, gone. Then we have ing form of go. Now let's see transitive and intransitive verbs. Now here we have 3 examples. Veena spilled water in the classroom yesterday. Akshay demonstrated his painting in the exhibition. The resource person interacted with the students. So here Veena spilled water in the classroom. Here spilled is a verb. Demonstrated. So all the underlined words are verbs. Now let's see an example of transitive verbs. Avi hammered the nail into the wall. So here children, transitive verb means when any action transfers or any action passes over from subject to an object. So here you can see Avi hammered. Avi is a subject and now Avi hammered. Hammered is a verb here. So here this action passes over to an object. The nail into the wall. So wall is an object here. So it's a transitive verb. Now next we have Vivek jumped on the bed. Here Vivek is a subject. Jumped verb. So here action transfers or action passes over to an object, bed. So it's a transitive verb. Now what is an intransitive verb? An intransitive verb does not require an object to express a complete thought. Now let's see an example. The boy jumped. Here boy is a subject and jumped verb, but it doesn't have any object. So action is not passing over to any object because we don't have any object here. So it's an intransitive verb. The wind blows. Here we have only the subject and the verb. No object to receive the action. So it's an intransitive verb. Now let's move on to worksheet 1. Circle the verbs, write whether they are transitive or intransitive. My uncle gifted me a watch. My uncle, here subject is uncle, gifted verb. Me a watch. Here me children is an indirect object, not a direct object. So here no action is passing over to an object. Okay. So here no receiver of the action is mentioned here. Okay. So here me is an indirect object. So it's an intransitive verb. Now next, the clock ticks all day and night. The clock ticks, clock, subject, ticks, verb, but no object to receive the action. So it's an intransitive verb. The hungry lion rose loudly. The hungry, here hungry lion is a subject here. Rose, verb, but here loudly is an adverb. How he rose? Loudly. But there is no receiver of the action. No object is mentioned here in this sentence. So it's an intransitive verb. The boy flew a colorful kite. The boy, here boy is a subject, flew, verb. What did he fly? Colorful kite. So here kite is a receiver of the action. So here the action passes over from the subject to an object. Mr. Roy teaches music. So Mr. Roy teaches music, but nothing is there to receive the action. No object is there to receive the action. So it's an intransitive verb. Now next sentence, we are arranging a class music. So here we subject are helping verb. It also tells us about the tense. We are arranging because the subject is plural here. So we have used are. Arranging action word or verb you can say, arranging a class music. So it's a transitive verb because here the action is being transferred to an object, class. Sammy plays guitar in the band. Here Sammy is a subject, plays, verb, and here the action passes over to an object, that is guitar. So it's a transitive verb. The car bumped into the tree. The same way children, car subject, bumped verb, into the tree, receiver of the action. So we have seen here the action is passing over to an object. So it's a transitive verb. The baby was snoring softly. The baby, here baby is a subject, was helping verb which tells us about the event happened in the past. Snoring here it's a verb, but after the verb we don't have any object. We have an adverb. So how she snored softly. The rain pattered on the, so the first 9th sentence will be the baby was snoring softly will be an intransitive verb. Now the next sentence 10th, the rain pattered on the window pane. The rain pattered on the window pane, rain, subject, pattered verb, and receiver of the action is window pane. So it's a transitive verb. The little bird cries. Bird, subject, cries, verb, but no object to receive the action. So it's an intransitive verb. Pretty flowers bloom in the garden. So pretty flowers, subject, bloom, verb, in the garden. Garden is a receiver of the action. So it's a transitive verb. Thank you.